We are live. Is everybody doing out there? Welcome to STEM in 10. This is from BASE, the Broward Area STEM Ecosystem. And just like every episode, we start off with a little bit of letting you know what's going on in the local area. And then we talk with somebody in the local area here in South Florida to know exactly what they're doing coming up. And with summer, we got a pretty big guest for you right here. Let me highlight for you, though, as we do, BASE is the big overarching theme for our every episode. And BASE is the Broward Area STEM Ecosystem, as we said. But we've always showed you this page. We don't necessarily show you the fact of we are part of a huge ecosystem, more than 900,000 people, all of these going, and all of these little spots all around the country that BASE is part of, and doing all of these ecosystems around school boards, school systems, and libraries around the planet. Please notice there's a lot more than just the United States. We're going to concentrate on South Florida, but I wanted to highlight for everybody that we do some really good stuff here as part of a bigger ecosystem around the world. And one of those is the Museum of Discovery and Science. Sir Joe, how are you doing today?
I am doing wonderfully. We are about to go into my favorite time of year, which is our busy summer season. And this summer is going to be even busier than ever with the amount of new exciting projects we have coming down the pipeline, Bob.
So let me divert you there for a second. Tell everybody what MODS is. If they're not from South Florida, if you live in South Florida, you had better know about them. But if you're not, tell them real quick about what MODS does.
Absolutely. So the Museum of Discovery and Science here in downtown Fort Lauderdale is an immersive, hands-on science museum and children's museum with our AutoNation IMAX theater. We're a big museum. We're 150,000 square feet, dedicated to one thing: connecting people to inspiring science. And we do that through amazing exhibits, hands-on programming, our AutoNation IMAX showing the latest, greatest documentaries and Hollywood films. But it's really focusing on 4 different topics. We focus on environmental sustainability. We focus on health and wellness. We focus on physical science and innovation. And then lastly, we focus on early childhood education, because we believe that it's really important to get those youngest learners engaged in STEM, and then they grow with us throughout the museum, all the way up to our teen programs and, of course, adults. MODS is a great date night destination.
Oh, I've used it. And also, you just casually mentioned that, Joe. Teens are a huge part of this. I've seen how many of your interns have gone on to work in other fields or even worked at the museum later on.
We do. We're very, very grateful to have a well-funded internship program. Each year, we provide internships for 125 students from Broward schools. 125 high school students come in for 25 hours a month. They get paid. We help with transportation. We provide food. We provide uniforms. And we have 2 career tracks: environmental sustainability, which is our Eco Explorers, and Aviation Academy, which is our aviation interns. We take applications on a rolling basis. Applications are online now, and we'll be starting up our next cohort soon. So it's absolutely an amazing program. What we do with these young people is just fantastic. From take them deep in the Everglades, to take them to JetBlue Academy, take them to Kennedy Space Center, and meet with amazing industry leaders who give them career advice and allow them to make connections.
It's part of what makes BASE is helping everyone connect and do all of these things. It's great. Yeah. But you also have this whole new satellite museum that I think most people that are in South Florida don't even know about this yet.
Yeah, so we were very, very fortunate in that the city of Deerfield Beach, through a wonderful connection from a friend, had this amazing vision. The city had this amazing vision to create a marine science education facility to help with economic development, to help with STEM education. And they decided to build this facility and reached out to us and said, Mods has been doing STEM education in South Florida for almost 50 years. Would you like to run this and design this? And so we have designed a beautiful space. It's going to be a smaller space than Mods. It's a 5,000 square foot exhibit space, perfectly sized for the size of that community. We are designing exhibits. We are fundraising. We are almost at our fundraising goal. And by fall of this year, we'll open this amazing location. Really focuses on coastal ecology, the importance of the blue economy, and kind of the joy and excitement of living in a elegant, sophisticated flip-flop lifestyle that you do at the beach. So you'll come face to face with mangroves, and we're going to have an exhibit in there which we're actually doing two versions of, one at Mods and one in Deerfield Beach. And this is going to be one of our very first AI-powered exhibit.
Okay.
And so I can't wait to tell you about this.
Well, that's why we have Miss Denise here. How are you doing, Denise? If you know Denise,
I'm here. Hi, Joe. How are you?
Good.
That she's been talking about. Fill us in real quick about that, Joe. Fill us, Denise and I, in on that.
Yeah, so we're in the process right now of opening a big 7,500 square foot new exhibit that we've been working on for the last 3 or 4 years. And it's funded through a multitude of partners. The lead sponsor is Lilly Endowment. And this exhibit is going to focus on how we can use and strengthen positive character traits in our visitors, in our young people, but in adults too. Positive character traits, critical thinking, confidence, caring, and cooperation to help them be part of the climate solution, to help them understand and be inspired by amazing work that's happening in South Florida, in private industry, in municipalities, city, county. We're going to show some really amazing solutions that are happening, from Kind Design doing seawalls made of concrete that look like coral reefs, to companies that are making the world's most energy efficient HVAC system, Blue Frontier, even companies harvesting lionfish, which are an invasive species, and turning it into leather products or as part of that solution. But within the exhibit, we knew we wanted to play with AI, because who doesn't right now? And we've spent a lot of time really trying to study how best to use AI in a science museum exhibit. So this is not going to be an exhibit about AI, but this is an exhibit powered by AI. So this is a 2,000 square foot projection mapping game experience where you'll walk into a room and you're in the Everglades. You're deep in the Everglades. Perhaps you're in the mangroves. And you're hosted by Lily, the AI river otter. And so as you walk in, we might start out with a game where we're removing invasive species. And so up on the screens all around you will pop up invasive species in the mangroves, pythons crawling through, or a New World climbing fern, different invasive species. And then our visitors literally run around, touching the walls, removing the species, and making the mangrove ecosystem come back to life. And then as we take a break between games, you can literally ask Lily questions. Lily, what's your favorite animal? What types of mangrove trees are there? How big is Florida? And so she's been trained not just to know everything there is to know about Everglades ecosystems, but also to do it through a lens of character. So all of her answers are modeling great character behaviors. And as the children, as the visitors complete each mission, she'll point out, oh, great job removing all of these pythons. Really took great cooperation skills to do that. Or
Yeah,
if it's a critical thinking challenge, or if it's a caring challenge.
See,
So
Denise is all about that right
oh,
here.
Denise, I've been wanting to talk to you about this. I am
She's
very
got her the climate change site up there, Resilient Broward is up. Tell us, Denise, real quick before we have to wrap up.
Yeah, so one of the things that I do, Joe, is like the technology corner, you know, as your neighborhood engineer and also parent, you know, how do you get involved with things and preparing your kids for the future and the next generation? And you brought up critical thinking and caring and collaboration, and these are all higher order thinking skills, which is what we've been talking about during the little all season long. I love that we're in season 1 of this podcast. So we've been talking about it all season long, and we've been talking also about storytelling, and you were talking about climate and climate data. And one of the things that I just wanted to call out, hey, guess what? We have there's this, I just ran into this the other day. Lisa had shared this resilient, we've been talking about data and data storytelling and AI and how do you use all these tools to understand what's going on around you? And I'm going to be working on a project to help bring some of this data that's in here that Resilient Broward is sharing. They have all these beautiful dashboards where you can, you know, select different aspects of resiliency plans and who's doing what in our community in South Florida. They have scenario browsers for sea level rise in your community and where you are. And so we're going to try to see if we can take some of this open source data that they're generating and bring it into like 3D environments to kind of like just be able to look at the data, but feel the data.
We definitely need to talk. We're working closely with Jennifer on this ourselves.
So, yeah.
Bob, I know we're about to run out of time, but I've got to do a couple of shameless plugs.
Quick, you got 30 seconds. Go for it.
Guinness Book of Records, huge new exhibit, also opens May 30th. So the Science of Guinness Book of Records, come and break a record. Our Eye of the Storm, our free admission day is May 30th. So come and see that. So lots going on. So Guinness Book of Records opens May 22nd. Free admission at Mods, Eye of the Storm, Hurricane Preparedness, May 30th.
It's a big thing, folks. If you have not been to downtown Fort Lauderdale, you need to come down here and see this.
And you just need to see that bowling ball clock. It is an amazing feat of engineering.
And if you're following us, because you did like and subscribe, and we're going to remind you about this next week also before we go to season 2. This is all stuff that you can access partially online, and some of it you got to come visit. You got to come down to South Florida and see us, and we will wow you. We're a lot more than just sand. Thanks, everybody. We will see you next week.